Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Okay, you got a podcast. Y'all got a guest on here. And he starts slamming Fred. He knows something about Fred, happened in the past, will lie or not, and just starts slamming Fred. Y'all got to shut that down.
Yeah.
Because this your brother. You got to protect him. And you got to protect the brand. They don't do that no more. So you come on my show, you spread all these lies about some people that I call my so-called friends, and I just let you sit there and check it. And because your podcast had so many views on that right there, your next guest is the same type of guest. Because now you want your money to be made off clicks and views at somebody's expense. Well, now guess what? You got to pay for that. Because once you put it out in the universe that I want clicks and views, the universe does not differentiate. It just gives you clicks and views. So now, here they come the rest of them. And now you got clicks and views.
Mm-hmm. My question to that, though, is there was the podcast, and there was a comedian who talked about you. And you waited a while before ever responding to Katt Williams. Mm-hmm. But when you responded, it felt like there was a lot more vitriol to your response than it was all of the initial accusations. Why do you think the response to what you said was so different from what he said on Shannon's show?
When you say vitriol, what you mean?
The social media fodder was upset with you for the way you finally responded to him. Mm-hmm. You mentioned his height and what you could do if there was ever an altercation. They said they felt like what he said about you was true because of the nature of your reaction.
Oh, well, see, first of all, I ain't really good at social media, so I didn't even know that was out there. But they can, like, really kiss most of the corners of my ass when you say stuff like that. First of all, man, let me see.
Wow. Guys, Steve Harvey, of course, went on the pivot. And he totally responded to a lot of the criticism, but he was really had a problem with Shannon Sharpe not speaking up for him, guys. And this hit a spot for me because I've had these situations myself, and a few people have walked away because of what others have said on my show. And I got OG Pyru here. OG, you there?
I'm right here, man.
OG, so Steve Harvey is really confiding in the Pivot show about what was said about him. And, you know, it's a tough situation, man. It's
not tough.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. It's a tough position for both people.
No, he gets on a podcast and tries to air out Shannon Sharpe for bringing somebody on his show that says some truths. And when the moderator asked him about what was said, and he's talking about karma and come on, what you put in the universe. No, what he put out in the universe is coming back on him. And just like he said, when he finally responded to what, he didn't respond to the remarks that Katt Williams made, he gave a bully response. Oh, I don't do internet. And he talked about beating him up and how if it was a physical altercation. Then when the commentator asked him about the situation, he never answered the question. He went into about some other around the block stuff about who he was. This is the kind of vain, shallow man Steve Harvey is. He doesn't care anything but about himself and what somebody did to him. He was the most savage it was on Kings of Comedy. He has no real talent.
OG, I'm gonna stop you right there. I gotta stop you right there. I'm a big fan of Steve Harvey. I watch Steve Harvey, and I ain't seen nobody that could bring people out in the way he does. I think it was only destiny that put him on the Kings of Comedy being like a host of some sort, because that's his position. He had done it on Apollo already. This is what we know him for. So for him, he didn't want to look like he was having to try to bring the whole show at the end. And so he spoke up about it. He knows where he fits in the category. He's not just a guy that's just going to bring the house down. But he's not shabby, and he's very, very talented because that's what sustained him all these years. So, and he's been in some pretty dope scenes in movies. So Katt Williams was kind of wrong about that. When Katt Williams spoke on Shannon Sharpe, now that I go back and reflect back to it, a lot of the stuff that he said, Cedric the Entertainer not having a Netflix special, all type of stuff he was saying. Some of that stuff that he read 1 million books, he seems to say, an absurd number of books, and so in a length of time. Some of the stuff that he said was not the truth, man.
Oh, you know it wasn't the truth. You don't know what that. He could have went to Evelyn Woods reading documents.
No, OG, stop it, man.
Because you ain't read 1 million books. Don't downfall somebody that's a reader. Some people read. I did most of my time in the hole in prison. I done read at least 1,000 books.
He ain't been in no prison, and he ain't read that many damn books. That was Cap. That was Cap, OG. You know that was Cap.
One thing about it, if that man had called him virtuous, to him, he would have knew what the word meant. Steve Harvey didn't know it meant vengeful.
Vitriol, okay? It means bitter, cruel, or criticism. It's not a big word. He tried to use a word he done went studied. Shout out to the Pivot. I love the podcast. I love it. I'll put the link in the description. But he pulled a little word out he done studied. I could do the same thing with anticlimactic event. I could do the same thing. You play with words and you do it sometime yourself, OG. Just being honest about it.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I know the power of words.
Okay, well.
I know the power of words. Steve Harvey does not know the power of just being a good Uncle Remus to White.
No, it's not. That's not true. I don't agree with that. Here we go. Let me play the next part because he broke down why, and he felt bad about what he said about Katt in the end. Listen to this.
And I probably, see, first of all, when I said that, I was on stage at Earn Your Leisure. Mm-hmm. I was really just joking. I slap your perm, all this. I was really just in front of a whole lot of people. I was really just joking. I don't really, if I had a chance to talk to Katt about anything, I would just ask him what's wrong. Just what's wrong. Let's go to that. Listen to me, man. Just because a person sits on the show and don't hesitate or say or and speaks eloquently, that don't mean it's true. That just don't mean it's true, man. And I probably shouldn't have said anything. That's a regret I have. I really shouldn't have said nothing. Because we not in the same league, dog. We shooting at two different baskets.
See, he say he shouldn't have said nothing, OG. I want to stop that right there for a second. I'm going to start it back up. But see, he felt remorse. See, that's what some people don't have. He hate he said it, you know. He hate he even said something back because he know people going to take it and run with it a certain way. And that's what makes Steve the big guy. Steve, I don't agree with that.
Don't make the big guy.
Wait a minute, I don't agree.
And he meant it, so he took it back. So he said he was sorry, but he said it.
But he didn't. But he said he just, after Katt had spoken and talked down on him so much, he had to speak out. And when he did, he was just being funny on stage. I don't think he really was trying to.
He's never funny on stage.
Hold on, let me listen to the end of this.
I shouldn't even have said nothing. And so really, man, I think I would apologize to him if he took offense to what I said. I was joking, but I would apologize to him. And like I said, if I had a chance to sit down with him, I would just say, hey, man, what's wrong? But you got to look at the whole tone of the interview. If the whole tone of the interview is what everybody else ain't, what everybody else ain't got, what everybody else doing, I think that's kind of like hate and jealousy. And hate and jealousy is a form of grief. You're grieving because obviously all them people you talking about have something you either want or are something that you ain't. And you're grieving. And the funeral becomes the podcast. So now let me roast all of these people.
See, and I gotta agree with Steve on that, man. Even to the point of Reggie Carroll passing and the other boy that's a part of his group going through hell now. Man, Katt going through something. He was going through something when that 15-year-old boy choked him out. Man, Katt needs counseling, and Katt is dealing with mental health. Katt is a dope artist, a dope a comedian, and I can't take nothing from him. But he definitely going through some stuff. That's why he hadn't spoke out about Reggie Carroll right now, OG. So I just really, yeah, I'm finished.
So as he made that proclamation, why is he on a podcast? He's grieving.
Why you gotta look at it that way?
With all of the major networks and the radio he's on, why do he got his bubble lip butt on a podcast speaking on another man's behalf, talking about his apologetic ways? He sounds like he's in CA.
No.
My name is Steve, and I'm a dope addict.
No, he just, they asked him to come on their show like people ask us, and he answered the question. They asked him about that, man.
He's grieving.
Now, he kind of felt like Shannon Sharp should have stuck up for him a little more. I get it.
For what? That way, Shannon Sharp is a football player. He's not a comedian. He don't know Steve Harvey that well.
Oh, you kind of got a point there, but he felt like they was friends. And let me say this, OG. Let me say this. I always feel like people come on my show, and I had one brother to tell me, man, we supposed to be family, man. Why you didn't say this when he said that about me? Well, you don't think of it like okay, if somebody came on, Steve had been on his show before, and a lot of people had been on his show, and a lot of people, Katt felt like he had to defend himself because a lot of people had been on there and speaking on situations that pretty much bumped up against his career. And I get it. We're going to have these differences. But at the end of the day, all the days have to end, man. They both comedians, they both dope, and they both dope in the space they in. I'm not gonna sit up here and criticize Steve just because I like Katt more, or criticize Katt because I like Steve more. OG, and that's what you doing.
No, sir. Katt made a statement of facts that he knew. And his rebuttal, Bubble Lips' rebuttal, was to antagonize, talk about his shortness, talk about how he was. Oh, now you're saying it was just a joke. Ain't that something? That means when I slap you in the mouth open-handedly, oh, I didn't mean for you to fight. What?
OG, Steve Harvey can't even get in a movie because he might get in a movie and he can't, who's gonna hire him in a movie? He jump on that OBKB. You know, he remember him saying all that stuff about him too. So of course he's speaking back and he's doing the same thing they're doing. They both wrong if you look at it from that aspect.
Steve Harvey should have came back and bounced back and says, hey, boy, I'm a boy. So if you wanted to count back, if you wanted to say something funny, no, you tried to say something vengeful, and it backfired in your face because Katt Williams, not like you, did not even respond to it. So now you're sitting here on a podcast trying to explain and talking about how remorseful, and it was just a joke. I was just joking. They say a drunk speaks a sober mind.
Yeah, OG, like I said, I think we disagree about the fact of how Steve Harvey was trying to get some closure to the situation. And like I told you already, and you defended it to the end, we still hadn't heard from Katt Williams about Reggie Carroll or the 6'8" guy. I mean, this guy's having problems in this camp like crazy. We know that.
He's listening to his attorney. You have the right to remain silent. Too Tall is on the street thanks to Katt Williams, and this is going to be allegedly up under the rug.
Well, allegedly. Yeah, it's allegedly that Katt Williams the one got him. We don't know who got him out, but
he out.
But at the end of the day, I seen this pivot interview. I thought it was dope. I think Steve did a great job. Like I said, Steve has opened the door for a lot of different people, from Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer, different people, even the 85 South Show, helping them boys. So I can't sit up here and not see that he's done things. Katt Williams do things as well, but his whole damn group just fell apart down there in Mississippi. So, you know, we definitely can't ignore the fact we as a people have to do better. And when it come down to guiding these people, being leaders, getting on these podcasts, outing each other. In 2024, the most viewed to this day, Katt Williams went on Shannon Sharpe and just annihilated all of the different comedians and all the different people that was his peers, people that came in the game with him.
And went viral with it, right?
And went viral, but at the end of the day, just because you go viral to destroying our people, doesn't make nothing.
Was the highest viewed podcast. Even Shannon Sharpe said he made more money than he did in his entire career in football.
Yeah, it was the way he done it.
Wait a minute. Steve Harvey just left a podcast and they didn't do shit, did they?
Oh, they did numbers, OG. Stop trying to make it about like they both dope. It can't be two dope people.
This is business.
Man, listen, guys, y'all get in the comments, man. Tell her. I know already. Y'all better not agree with OG this time. Because Steve Harvey is a dope dude in his own way too, and Katt is in his own way. But for some reason, OG want to call names. I don't know what. I don't know. I think Steve Harvey must took his old girlfriend or something because he hating. But it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Get in the comments. Let us know what y'all think about this whole situation. If you're still watching, guys, make sure you check out what we just talked about. Jimmy Kimmel coming back. But yeah, this is crazy. But it's crazy, but it's fair, man. OG Pyru, Boss Talk 101, Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.